the boat doctor out here in 2020. North River Seahawkl. All the lights work. Got a little door. I like the matting in here. Suspension seats, storage seats, bulkhead door, dual wipers, trim tab, horn, bilge works, anchor light works, auxiliary works. That's for this. Nav lights work. Dome light does not have a dome light. Deck or a deck light. Dome lights are these up here. Nav lights is here. Okay, so dome lights, deck lights doesn't have any. Then auxiliary, I believe, I'm almost sure it's that one there. Instrument lights, yeah. Then you got these lights under here, which is kind of nice. Shut those off, on, off, yeah. So those work. That works. That radio works. I set all this up already. This is a Garmin, I believe it's an 8612 XSB. So you got your radar overlay with your target trails on it. There's your clear view, here's your temperature graph, and here's your traditional. And then you can change, if you hit this, then you can hit this over and you can get your other readings, but the motor ain't running. And then you can go home, you can just go into, like, say, charts. You can go to nav chart. There's your nav chart. And then if you want to go into, like, go home, then you can go to radar overlay. There's your overlay. You can change the color. You can go to red if you don't like this blue. And I got it on the mic scope and the trails. That's these blue lines right here that leave a trail behind it. And then you can go home again. You can 3D. You need the or is it 2G or 3G? It could be the 3G now, but it was a 2G vision chip. It gives you aerial photos and speeds up your processor and gives you that fish 3D eye. Okay, so then you can go up into, like, sonar. You can go to live down view. That works really nice. That's Panoptics. If you get kind of colors like this floating down below here, that's fish. You go home, then you got the painted view. And you can change your angles by hitting this right here, or you can use your and spin it this way. Go side view. No fish in there yet. I don't see. Yeah, there's something down there. Then you go home, and then you can go 3D right there. See? Tells you the colors, what depth. Then you go home, you can go to clear view. Starting to read it now. And I believe that's on auto. Yep, auto. Then you go home and you can go to traditional. Yep, see, you did have some fish there. You go home, you go to side view. I don't see too much right there. You got to mess around with your zooms, and we're sitting at 280 kilohertz. So let's go home. Let's go into traditional. Yeah, there's very little that was going through there, so that's probably pretty accurate. And then you can go to radar. You can go to dual. That means you can have one set at half mile, one set at a quarter mile, or 2 miles and a half mile if you want when you go into that. And then radar overlay, and then dual overlay, you can do that. And that's it for a quarter mile out. Range rings are an 8. And let me see, quarter mile out, we should have been seeing, that must be that boat right there. There he is. Okay. Or you can go to half mile out, 16th mile. That's way on the outside. right. Let's go into 8th mile. Let's go to quarter mile. That's him right there. That boat right there. See how big he is? Boom. Got it. So then we go up to 8th, quarter, half. That's still him right there. And he's pulling a barge. You can see right behind him. Same thing here. Then it gives all your, like your GPS feed, course over ground, so on. Then you can go into gauges. You can go into vessel. And that gives you these big numbers here, your GPS, latitude, longitude, depth, so on. And I don't have the main motor on, so what I'm going to do is kick that one off. I'm going to spin it, turn this off, and they do got to adjust that bar. They put it up on top because it's going to hit, so I got to leave it down like that. Wards down's right there. You just hit the switch right here, and I already tried your downriggers. All those work. There's your wards down. I tightened that up. It was leaking. And then you just plug these in there. Like I say, I've already tried that. You got dual batteries. Back into here, you got your shut off to get the water into here or let it out. There's a shut off valve. And there's your water separator. Change that once a year, no matter if you think you need it or not. And we were running on the kicker motor just a little bit ago. I trimmed that up. So then we're going to get up here. We're going to fire that motor up. Okay, tank, shows you your tank right there in your water temp. Or you can go back to this one, or you can go home. You can go, that was under vessels. You can go to engines. Right there's your RPMs. That's your fuel. That's water temp. Fuel flow. You got pounds of pressure of your oil, GPS speed, and your trim and tilt. You also can go over here. And you can use this for like make waypoints and stuff on here, and I got all this set up for you. Fuel, trim, speed, gallons per hour, flow, remaining. And then you can go into here again and you can get all the, like I say, temperature, PSI, and then this PSI up here, you can change that one there, trim, to whatever you want. We already had it on the one before that. So then we can go back here, go home. Fuel, that tells you all about your fuel, same thing. Pounds of pressure, fair enough, pounds of pressure there. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll leave it right there. Okay, then you go home. And then you got your combos, of course. You can, I set one of these up. So that's got everything. It's got your traditional, it's got your live view. It's also got your clear view and your panoptics, bottom painting, and your overlay on top of that. See, it's trying to read the bottom right there. We're in 25 feet of water. Okay. And then all this is set up. You don't get the troll VTS on this because of the motor size. So go home on here and you can do different combos. You can go into that if you like. And that gives you clear view, and that also gives you your radar overlay, and it gives you just your GPS, latitude, longitude, depth finder, and temperature graph. Most of the time you could run this one. That gives you all your basics. And you can change these. Say I wanted that live view here. That mathematics or the live view, I could change it instead of having this or that. It's whatever you want to do. It's a pretty cool unit, actually. See, then you get into this one, then that's your side view, and then you got your traditional, and then you got your clear view. And then if you want to go into your nav, of course, you can split navs, so you can have one zoomed right in and one, like this is zoomed in, that's zoomed out. And then you can go over here, that's combos again, combo number 8. And then you can, I think, which one did I have here? Traditional. Oh, I don't want that one. You know what? We're going to add one here real quick for you. Let's see how much time we got on here. We got enough time. Okay. And this will work. You can just hit this one here. And then say you didn't want that radar overlay on that one there. There's that boat right there with the barge on it. Okay, say you didn't want the overlay there. You just touch this like this. And then you can go to a full screen right here. stop panning on it, and then you can hit menu, and you can change the radar setup, radar options. I can stop it if I wanted to. Change chart, then I can go into here and I can just go to nav chart, see, on that, and then you get rid of that if you want to. But what I'm going to do for now, I'm going to go back into that. I'm going to stop panning. I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to change chart, and I'm going to go radar overlay. Okay, then you go home on that. So this is all set up. And then there's your radar. You can do dual range on that, dual overlay. Same thing on your radar. You can go in or out on that. Like if you want different, like a mile out, half mile out. You got your waypoints. Okay, let's go, just for the fun of it, go back to charts. Go into charts over here. We're at 10 minutes, so I'm going to go to number 2. Boat Doctor out.